Expanding business, that could be a problem. They want to expand, but they don't know how, isn't it? So they need someone to solve their problems. Now, how can you solve someone's problem? As an employee, how can you solve someone's problem?
Suggesting solutions.
No?
Suggesting solutions.
Yes, very good. And to suggest solution, what do you need to have?
Research on the problem.
Past experience.
Good. It's all correct. This is the word I'm looking for. Are you guys writing this down? Who can define for me what is skill? In English, what is skill? What does the word skill mean? Richard, what does skill mean?
You have the ability to down the job, to down work.
To do the work, is it?
Yeah, to do the work.
How can you get skill?
By experience.
You get that skill by doing volunteership or internship for 2 months or 3 months. So less.
Wait, are you looking at my PowerPoint or? Oh, my man, that's it. He's know what he's talking about. For most accounting graduates, I'm not saying all, for most, you guys haven't got this yet. You guys understand?
Yeah.
You have this thing called. You guys understand?
Yeah.
This and this, do you think it's the same?
No.
No.
This is called day, this is called night. Knowledge is not the same as skill. You guys understand? People mistake this all the time. You guys have follow me, right? And that's why someone who graduates from accounting, man, I have all the accounting skills. And they never find a job because all they have is knowledge. Now knowledge is fantastic, but what an employer needs is skills. Okay? Now to get the skill in English, what is skill mean is something you repeatedly do. If I want to have a skill in talking to people, I will talk to people thousands, tens of thousands of times. You understand? If I want to have skills in accounting, I need to practice, isn't it? Tens and thousands of times. However, for graduates, do you agree that they don't have that? This is where he put it spot on. You need to do volunteer or internship. Now, don't get me wrong, just because it's a volunteer internship, then you would think it is. It is not easy to get an internship. You guys agree? Man, I work for free, man. Of course people will hire me. Go try. It's not like that. So even if you want to work as a volunteer or intern, it's very, very hard as well. You guys understand? However, this will be a great way for you to tap on this 80% what, remember? Of the job market. You guys remember what I'm talking about, right? Remember the triangle?
Yep.
20 on top, 80% on the bottom. So if you want to tap on this 80%, this could be one of the ways. You guys understand? On top of networking and all that stuff. Okay? Okay, so can you tell them a bit about yourself? How did you start your whole accounting journey?
My story of accounts come home. I've been here nearly 10 years now. I'm still young, but when I was younger, I came here as a, not really a teenager, but I was 18 or 19, came to university, and when I was home, overseas, I never knew that accounting was part of the...
Sorry guys, just part of the session.
I didn't know accounting was on the list. So basically, I didn't know how to get permanent residency before I get here, but I knew I want to get there. I was way too young. The immigration agent knew our economy situation, so they just, yeah, go to Tasmania, yeah, it's cheaper or whatever, blah blah blah. They're so lucky it was on the list. Then later on, I think it was in my second year in university, I realized, okay, lucky me, I was on that list. So I just carry on through. Some of my classmates, they either transfer to some other, like to marketing, to finance, or some of the other reverse, they want to get permanent residency. So I followed through, and I eventually got a job. But twists and turns, I won't bore you with the details.
Yeah, we might talk about
It's
that.
a lot of ups and downs, but all I have, I think, is what Leo said, resilience. I never gave up because I knew I did not want to go back, and I'll give 200% what I had.
Yep.
I'm all in. That's what I was. I was all in. It's risky, but if you know what you're doing, put all in, basically. Because that means it's not risky. Yes, it is risky, but it just shows. I often say this quite a lot to Leo. It's you have to ask yourself, what do you truly desire? What do you want to have? What do you want? What do
So
you
let's just
truly
answer that
want?
question. Should we ask them now?
Yes, what do you want?
What do you want?
What do you want? One by one, please.
Yeah, please open up and let us know.
What do you want in this life? Can be anything. I want a beautiful woman, I want a beautiful car, I want a relationship, I want to live longer, I want to live forever, whatever it is.
Just a normal life,
Normal life.
with a normal job. Pretty much.
Can you be specific? Or it's just a feeling that you want to have? Obviously, how do you define normal? We all have different definition of normal.
my normal is not your normal, so don't try to be my normal. I'm a bit crazy. Crazy guy.
Yeah, I might be interested in like work for a company like a few years and then open my business.
Okay. Yeah, that's a good start.
Yeah, and then let the business run.
That's good, that's good.
That's pretty much.
So you're working on that?
Yeah, I got a business back in Queensland before I moved here.
Oh, I see.
So just when I moved here, I need to give up everything there. So start.
Home residency. Yeah, fair enough. What do you truly desire?
Well, first of all, I want to get the PR first.
Yes, yes.
It's the key to everything.
That's not a want, that's a must.
It's kind of, but it's the key for everything I want later, which I want to have my own business.
Business, yes.
Very entrepreneur, yeah.
We both got our business back in Queensland and we give up everything to
Couple?
here. Yes.
Ah, I see. Okay.
So I want to have my own and roll that, and build something of passive income as well alongside with that.
Okay.
Yeah, and reunite with my brother
Where's your brother?
in Vietnam.
Oh,
So
okay.
Right.
trying to bring him here too. So
Oh, wow.
That's
Yeah,
another
it's-
subject.
Freaking, yeah.
Yeah, that's good.
So the idea here is that I think Hugo have mentioned clearly is whatever you want, you got to be specific, right?
Very specific.
The more
you can't
specific.
just be, la la land or whatever. You
Yeah.
can't just be that, you have to be specific. I want this. It's like, what job do you want? You say, oh, any job will do. No. You want to know, I want an account job. What accounting job? I don't know what you guys do in terms of area, IT, accounting, engineering. But,
They're all accounting.
Oh, okay. Accounting, you have all the different areas, normal bookkeeping, auditing, which I hate, the normal taxation, some people hate, and some other corporate management, so on and so forth. So you have to know very specific what you're good at and what you enjoy. They might not collapse in your case, but you have to know what you want, what you like.
So who here wants to work in accounting? Like you really want to work in accounting? So you go to that. So you have like very specific idea what sort of firm you want to work
Specific
in?
areas.
Or
Now, me for non-for-profit.
No, but yeah, there you go. Good, very good. That's very specific. That's what I was looking for. And this gentleman, please.
Looking for taxation.
Taxation. Good.
So yeah, so of course, so once you have more specific ideas, then it's easier to find.
It's a lot easier because you
easier.
can wipe out when you're on Seek, LinkedIn, whatever. You can wipe out all the ones that are not relevant to you guys. You just go straight, even though it's narrow, but it's easier.
Yeah. Now, here a quick question, because I think a lot of students they have some misconception about accounting,
Yes.
right? So accounting jobs. So, what do you think are the top maybe 3 misconceptions about accounting jobs that people have?
Jobs. In terms of
Like maybe before they get the job and after they done the job, they like,
experience-wise, skill set? Or?
yeah, it could be maybe some misunderstanding about accounting jobs that people have.
As I said, there are different areas. You have to know what area interests you. Different areas require different mindset, different skill set. In not-for-profit, it's very different from a big corporate like the taxation firms because the idea is different. In not-for-profit, you basically want to serve them like a mass. But for the taxation for the normal, especially big companies, you want to maximize profit. That's the difference. And for jobs, I'm not too sure, but
yeah, because I was thinking the other day after speaking to quite a few employers, I think number one misconception about accounting job is they say you have to be good with numbers. Right? So let's say people think that to become an accountant, you have to be very good with numbers. A lot of accountants I talk to, they say that's not necessarily the case.
not
Am I right?
no, not really.
You don't really have to be that good with numbers.
Not that good, but you can't be bad.
You cannot be bad, yeah.
When people are asking questions, you can't be, hang on a second. So, yeah.
But you don't have to be like mathematics genius or anything like that.
Again, it depends on which position you're in. Like Leo said earlier, if the background situation, if the employer wants you to be in, that might be what you require to be a very high level of technical skills. But in normal circumstances, that's not a lot happening. But there are, like big companies, they want analysts, they want people just, especially in treasury, working in the government, they want people like, they don't want you to talk to other people because there's no other people to talk to apart from the people in the department. You just sit there, do your job in front of the computer, 9 to 5, that's it. But like taxation or other companies, if you have to work with other people. You're not alone. No man is an island, basically. So.
Yeah. And do you see that another problem with students finding jobs are they only look for accounting jobs in accounting firms? Do you see there actually accounting jobs in other places as well?
Again, that's a misconception. In accounting, like accountants, lawyers, IT people, and HR consultants, we are basically in the same group. What I mean by that is we can have firms specified doing that sort of job, or in a company. Like you have accounting division, HR division, legal division, but completely different things. Again, back to basics, you have to know what you want, but they are very different. From firm's point of view, can be very broad, but from a corporate point of view, what you do on a daily basis, it might be very specific. It's like you're doing general entry on a daily basis for probably many, many years. That's all you do. If you get to the manager, you do reporting, you do budgeting, that's probably all you do. But in our firms, we do everything. Bookkeeping, from bookkeeping to financial statements to our cash flow statement, whatever it is.
So you're saying that is it possible that someone can find jobs in not just accounting firms, but also in normal business as well?
They can,
right? Because there's always a need for maybe internal accountant, isn't
it? Generally speaking, if you don't want to go firms, the bigger the company, the better opportunities for you. Because if it's a small business, probably they only need one person or maybe half a person to do the job. Because otherwise, what would they spend? At least now it's $40,000, including superannuation, 40 plus. To hire someone, while they can just pay $10,000 or $20,000 to a taxation firm to do all the job. So you have to justify where you stand. Like what Leo said earlier, you have to put your needs, put your skills fitting the organization's need. What do they need? And then fitting the gap.
I have accounting students say all the time is they're not so confident about their resume. And
forget about resume. Honestly, forget about resume. Nobody cares. Nobody cares. Remember, write this down. Nobody cares about the cover letter. Big companies, yes, but as a part of the procedures. A lot of things you don't know about is the jobs. Most of the jobs, I can say 99.9% jobs you can see on website. They are there for two reasons. One, they can't find someone else within the department, within their relatives, within their friends, they can't find someone else. So they put it on the market, see how it goes. Second, they already had someone in mind. Typically, the government, they have to, by procedure, they have to put up
Oh
on, out there on the internet. I have people who had experience very high up.
Yes.
They're trying to get a job from another corporate, but they couldn't because it's all. I know it's not supposed for me to say, but it's truth is always ugly, you know. They always hire someone from the government. So it's if you're not in the government or not for profit, but similar, you can't get in. Basically, it's a very small circle. You have to know people to get in.
Wow.
Or in this case, you have to be in to get in. So, for example, there are people doing, you know, parking meter guy, doing the parking tickets. They are part of the government. Yes, they are part of the city council, but they have the shortcut, the route to go to certain positions within the government.
Wow.
Even though it's not the same government. Like we have city council, we have state government, we have another federal government, but they're all different governments, departments. But probably the entry level would be the parking meter guy. If you're really determined to go to government, that's probably your entry ticket to get in. There are successful applicants before who's done it. That's why I'm telling you, it's happened before. But if you are a complete outsider, like we all were, zero chance, honestly.
That's why I was talking to them about the 80% of all the jobs are hidden.
Are hidden, yes.
It's under the hidden markets, and it's not on SIG. It's definitely not on Indeed. It's a lot about networking and referral.
Yes.
So, what would you suggest them how they can network with professionals? Let's say, how can they be friends with accountants?
That's where it gets tricky because, especially IT and accounting, typically we're boring people. Let's just be honest. We are boring people. We don't normally have many interests outside our work, apart from being busy. So there are not many functions you can go to. But there are a few, like CPA, CAIP functions as being part of the member. You can go into, before you get the full membership, you can sign up if you want to go to that route. And obviously you can go to functions to see people who are high up in the office. Doesn't matter which firms or which government, which I have experienced earlier on. And a little bit help, I suppose. At least even though they might not help you as much as you want, but at least they can give you a bit of insights.
Yeah.
Just what I just told you, a bit of insight, what to look for, what to be mindful of, something like that.
Because you know, for Asian in particular, networking is not a natural thing.
We're typically shy. We're typically shy.
I mean, both him and I we used to be very shy.
Yes.
I mean, we were still shy.
It's very embedded in our culture, which is not good.
Do you guys agree with that?
But you have to.
We tend to be introvert.
Yes. we all have to embrace ourselves. And you know, for me, it's a barrier. Both of us, you know, it's a barrier. Especially got an Asian background. With all due respect to women, but that's how us men or boys used to be very shy. Even shy of talking to girls. I was certainly.
Absolutely.
Because scared,
palm sweating.
Exactly. All of those symptoms. Symptoms.
Absolutely.
But once you, it doesn't matter if you're guy or gal. It's to pursue a relationship. You pursue a career. It's like pursue a relationship. You have to know what the other side is like, what you're like.
True.
If it's a match. If it is a match, great. If it's not, tough luck. Go to somewhere else.
Yes.
Same thing.
Yeah, because obviously it's not a natural thing, and that's why people have to. You really have to put a real conscious effort to do that. I tell people to say, "Oh, I would rather be introvert," and I say, "So you can be introvert or you can be jobless. It's depending on what you're after. Who prefer to be introvert than to be jobless?" I prefer jobless. No, you can say that, I don't mind, but you see the point here? People don't talk about this, but if you don't address this issue, you will be not really jobless, but you will forever work in jobs that you don't like. Who here has worked in jobs that you don't like? Yeah, he was honest. You did, what sort of jobs did you do? that you don't like?
Currently working at McDonald's.
Oh,
Okay.
okay, that's a really decent, like good money. You know?
Yeah, because I was working before in accounting when I was in Melbourne, so I had to leave that and then have to pack up my bags and come here.
So you had experience before, is that what you
Yeah,
say?
got experience in accounting.
Nice.
In a firm?
In a firm, not
That's
in
a
an
plus
accounting firm, it was a small business.
Okay. So bookkeeping side of things.
Yes. So
At least there's a.
it was a very unique business and they were looking for someone. Yeah, so I was working there.
Okay. Yeah, so obviously it's not a good feeling, isn't it, when you work in some job that you don't like. So for me, I used to work in plenty of jobs that I hate, and that's not for me.
list.
It's a long list. I don't want to bother you with that, but what I'm trying to say is, if you believe in your potential more than working in McDonald's in your case, or what are you working on?
Retail.
Do you want to work there forever, or you?
No.
Okay. Or if you believe your potential is more than working in retail, you have to do something. You cannot just be like, no, at least I have a job. No, don't think it like that, right? You have to be determined. So, which brings us to probably the next point, Hugo, is now in terms of the skill part, how do you think people can work on their soft skills? So, do you think that's something that they can work on? Because communication.
English, please, English. That's a very important part. Like, even you're not going to know anyone, but a lot of the what I describe, the grumpy old lady, they're typically racist. Let's be honest. I have experience, probably not in my face, but I've heard, happen to a lot of people, and we all have to work on our English skills. That's a start, because obviously it'll be different before you get to the interview. But obviously, I suggest as well. You walk in. Obviously, the first thing, apart from seeing your appearance, is the way you speak, how you speak,
yes.
What you talk about. So that's very important.
Yeah, and I think that's something that they might not understand. It's so important, the English part. It's the same thing that I spoke with Gina Gunn. She said exactly the same. English is so important. Now, obviously, we don't need you to speak like
you don't have to be an ABC, BBC broadcast speaker, but not to that level. But at least try to improve as much as you can.
Exactly.
I mean, maybe a bit of I don't know what's the word here to use, to disrespect our fellow countrymen, but try to get rid of your typical accent from where you're from, where we're from, because apart from it's not very nice to hear to all of us, particularly to them, because remember, a lot of them, they are racists.
Yeah.
Apart from seeing who you are, what you look like, then when you speak like that, with all due respect, but with that, they're just going to be,
They don't say to your face, but inside their head.
You can tell something's going on within their mind.
You can tell from their face.
You can tell.
You can tell from the face.
And another thing I want to talk about, maybe it's nothing to do with the skills, but I was going to say, it actually reminds me, your appearance, please. Let me ask this question.
Wow.
When you go to see a lawyer, when you go into a courtroom, what do you wear? Quick answer. What do you wear? Do you wear flip-flops? Do you wear shorts, t-shirts? Do you?
Definitely the formal ones.
So there you go.
Looks
So
nice.
why?
Kind of respect because
There you go. Respect. That's the word. Respect. That's the word. You have to show the respect. So a lot of people turn up, probably not in flip-flops, not in shorts, but you have to be presentable. All that sort of stuff.
Yeah. So people overlook this important thing, how you dress. And this is how I learned from you. This guy, the way he dresses is amazing. Okay? You guys cannot refuse that. I learned a lot from him. So credit to Hugo. Now, which brings me to the next point is, in terms of networking, I see you very good in networking. Like, when you network with clients and you bring in business, how do you usually approach someone? How do you usually network with someone? Maybe you can give some tips to them. So.
I don't want to force anyone into any interest. As I said earlier, typically IT people, accountants are not that outgoing. We're typically very, not just us, from Asian background, but also locals as well. They're probably even shyer than us. I've seen that.
True.
They
true,
would
yeah.
not to talk to anyone, even not probably not to themselves. They just sit there in front of the computer, do their work. That's it. That's all they do. But what I'm saying is, if there was a function, and you happen to meet a lot of people, yes, very presentable, and you're trying to make your case and trying to find a job and all that, at the back of your mind, trying to develop your interest. That might get you extra money. That might surprise you actually. That surprised me. Sometimes I've got clients out. Sometimes I have a meeting with the new clients, say half an hour or an hour, probably 45 minutes. This is completely nothing to do with business. We're talking about cars, watches. I'm honest. We found, instant connection. What are you wearing? What do you like? I play sport. Oh yeah, I play sport as well. What do you play? So that sort of conversation is going before you even get to the business side of things. That's how you get the connection. If you just say similarly to how are you, it's nonsense. It's just nonsense. It doesn't mean anything. It's just a conversation starter. You have to have a meaningful conversation. Like I'm just giving you a bit of ideas. It can be anything. Sports, music. I don't know. You probably play.
What do you guys like? What do you have any passion with anything? How about you?
Passione, that's the word.
Passione.
Italian. I'm half Italian.
What do you like? Do you have a passion in life? Any?
Can be anything. Can be anything.
Anything like inside, burning. Any passion?
Not cooking.
There you go. Very good.
Fantastic.
Very good.
You guys anything? I'm not sure.
Travel.
Yeah, that's good.
That's a big topic to talk about.
It's a very big.
Let's start with Paris first. And go to
Where have you
New
been
York.
to? Okay, that's another 3-hour conversation.
Good talking to you. That's good. Do you have any passion?
Well, a lot of things have taught me. I've faced through everything in the last 7 years. So,
Yeah.
well, I feel like I've built a lot of skills actually, which if I was back in my country, I wouldn't have developed. Like first of all, the cooking skills.
Cool.
I feel like that, yeah, because I'm single and then I know.
It's so important,
that's
Exactly.
Survival skill.
living by our own, on our own. We
Yes.
have to.
So, cooking, I feel like it's a good skill.
It is.
It is a good skill
It's so
It
important.
is a necessary skill.
because if you don't eat, your brain won't work.
Oh.
Make sense?
Of course, you cannot
If
feed
you're
yourself.
if
yeah.
you're hungry, let's say if you're hungry, you won't
That's so
eat
true.
quicker. That's what I've thought about. So you have to be a good cook.
Or reasonably good cook.
Exactly. At least you can eat it. It should be like not like you cannot eat anything. Happens like when you try something on and it doesn't work out.
Yeah.
Happens.
Yeah, maybe that could be some conversation starter for you. Then.
Yes.
Cooking.
Yes. That's
How about you, Mr. Richard? You got any passion?
I'm soccer.
Soccer. Yeah, very good. Very good. That would get you a lot of the audience in the local community. A lot of them
Which team
like
do you follow?
soccer, football.
What do you follow?
Premier League.
Premier League?
Yeah.
Which
Yeah,
team
yeah,
do you
yeah.
go for?
There you go. The conversation started.
Conversation starter.
Well, I'm not a big fan of
It
soccer,
it was surprising.
Yeah.
Once the conversation get going, it just goes.
Because
You lost track of time, which is good.
I drive Uber as well, so that's how I start.
Oh,
That's
so
good.
this,
That's how I start conversation, and then it's,
Never ever talk about weather or politics.
Exactly.
it's a beautiful
More
weather
religion.
today, eh?
Sometimes it does work for weather. Like if someone doesn't want to talk, that's fine.
Okay.
But I've made a lot of connections in LinkedIn while driving and talking to them. Maybe
Oh,
I haven't
wow.
secured a job. That's a different thing. But I've got a touch with them, and then they'll
They'll
like
not
it
get
as
you a
well.
job.
You know?
At the back of the seat, there might be a CEO of a company.
Yeah, something happens like that as well. But unfortunately, the circumstances changes, and then you don't apply for the job. Like even you're looking for a job. Because what I found is like I was actually getting a job, then leaving here and coming back. What was the reason? Migration.
Yes.
Permanent residency. If I had got that one, I would have got the job. So that's why I'm currently focusing only on permanent residency, then the job. I know it's small, like, depends, the personal goals.
Yeah.
I should have done this thing first and then jump on the second step. I
So
did the
to
second
you-
first, and then the first one missed, and then I'm here.
Yes, yes. That's I think probably that's one of our next points.
Yes.
It's jobs, and until I mean I think maybe many agencies don't mention this, but jobs nowadays very important for permanent residency. So people just thought, oh, I just come here to do your study, and I'm good to go, right? That's the mindset. It's very hardly the case now. The government nowadays, they look at what sort of jobs you do, how much money do you have, what sort of commitment you have to these states, right? So that's why you see my list service, I have the word jobs there, because it's so important, right? So of course we do the visa and we do all that, but I put so many effort on finding jobs for my clients, because if they have jobs, they can get the visa. You guys agree with me on that? But if you don't have jobs, no matter how much, yes, you can study 2 years and this and that, but it's not just about study anymore.
It's not practical. It
Absolutely.
doesn't work practical, you know.
So this agency don't tell, consultancies don't tell you. They just say, hey, come there, do 1 year study, do 2 years study, happy days. Am I right? That's what they say.
Typical agency. Leo is not typical agency.
I'm not a typical guy. I'm telling you the truth. And sometimes the truth is a bit bitter, right? But it is the way that it is, right? Now, Hugo, what do you think is the importance of follow-up? Let's say maybe with a job application.
Important, but don't do too frequently, otherwise they just yeah. I think I don't know. Probably you're the expert to give the time frame. When the first time, when the second time to follow up. I did once a month, walking. Once a month. I did for 6 months. Same company, same suit, same time, once a month. That's all I did.
And then on what time which time then you got the job?
After 6 months.
After 6 months. After 6 times.
I think they probably get 6 months. I went in once a
Wow,
month. I just
wow.
keep following up because they say, yeah, Hugo, yeah, we're trying to find something. We like you. We're trying,
Yeah.
The second time, yeah, we're working something out. Third time, yeah, we might get you somewhere. Fourth time, yeah, we're close. We're close. Fifth time, yeah, I think we're there. We're nearly there. Hugo. Sixth time, nailed it. Just nailed it.
That's it. You see the concept resilience?
You have to be
Resilience. Resilience right there. How many you would give up if they say no the first time? How many would give up? If someone employs say, hey, you know what, I'm sorry, I can't hire you. Who would give up?
That's the 90% chances everyone's gave up.
99.99% would give up.
Another thing, I was going to say, same, again, with all due respect to the different gender, talking about approaching either a guy or a girl, talking about it, thinking about it, if you really like someone, it's the same like how much you love the job. If you love it, you will keep back at it until they get sick of you. It's the same thing. You can't just because the girl or the guy said no, they don't really mean no. They just thought, yeah,
Wow.
it's only the first time.
Good
You
point,
guys
eh?
barely know each other. You have
Good
to
point.
get to know each other. You know, really get to know each other. Okay, that's who you are. That's who you truly are. So okay, let's have a relationship. It's the same with a career. Same with
Absolutely.
work.
Absolutely. And which relates to his point so much is you should write these statistics down. Is 80% of what you want in life will happen between the 5th to the 12th time you follow up. You guys understand what I'm saying? I would suggest you to write this down, guys. Like they say, most people, they listen to this information. You know what they do? They do nothing. So if you happen to be in my room, I hope me and Hugo can somewhat influence you a little bit. Okay? 80% of what you want in life happen between the 5th to the 12th follow-up.
Especially the first and second time, it might be a test to test you how serious you are.
Only probably about 1 to 2% will win on the first time. Okay? Very, if you're very lucky.
They
then you
are
can
the
get it on the
president,
first
prime
time.
minister material.
Exactly. We are normal human beings. This is what it takes. However, the problem is you guys give up after the first time. 99.99%. No wonder we don't have our dream job, isn't it?
Yes.
And then, man, there's no jobs, and doesn't matter. Of course there's no jobs.
Because you don't love enough. You have to love, again, passion, you have to love enough. You have to let the fire, light up inside of you. And so you have all the energy in the world to pursue what you want to pursue. That's all I can say.
Yeah. So you've been working as an accountant how long now?
5 years now, over a bit over 5 years.
5 years. And what is
Three different companies.
3 different companies? I don't think we should talk about
Well,
that.
next
Let's not
time,
go there.
next time. It's
That's another story. But out of that different other 5 years experience, how much do you think you have grown as an accountant during the years? You see yourself maybe first year, second year, any different? Third year, second year, do you see any growth?
The typical point is when I think it's important, again, it's back to the basics. You have to know what interests you. I think it happened to a lot of us, at least the people that I used to know, typically from accounting firm as a start. I can only speak for this because I didn't work for any sort of companies or not-for-profit, but not really for paid jobs anyway. Normally there's a typical point where we have to decide, when is it second year or third year, definitely before third year, we have to decide whether you want to stay in the firm or go outside to a company or government, or, those, because they're very different. Maybe nobody told you this, but it's very typical. I thought long and hard. What did I want? And I'm sticking with it because that's what I want to do.
Yeah.
And some people, like some of you, want to do different things. That's fine. But you have to know what you want.
Yes. And you have to be willing to do what it takes.
You have to do what it takes.
Because everybody wants to have
There's a
the dream car.
There's another thing what I say a lot in my life, that once you figure out what you love, what you truly love, what you truly desire, then you have to know how much do you love a thing, the relationship, the job, the person, family, whatever it is. And to me, something that I want is more than my next breath. Obviously, it's a figure of speech, but it's just tell you how much I want certain things.
Yeah. Why do you think these days people don't have that? I think they're losing that. They're losing that flame. You guys know what I mean by flame? Each of us, there's a flame in us.
Because you haven't found what you love. You haven't found what you love yet. It's not that we don't have a soul anima mia, but it's just you haven't found that yet. Especially to us Asians may take longer to compare to say French or Italian, Spanish people, because it's embedded in their culture. They learn from when they were very little. They learn whatever it is when they were little, but we didn't, because all 18 years of our lives back in home was all about study. Yeah, you can't do anything. Study.
Becoming a doctor, lawyer,
or whatever it is. It's all,
isn't it?
It's all just forget all that. You have to find what really interests you. Forget about your friends been telling you, what parents been telling you. Listen to yourself. Listen to yourself.
I think this will probably bring us down to the last 2 points that I'd like to share with you guys. Now, obviously, we have talked a lot about passion. We have talked a lot about how we can find a job. And many of you here for the visa, am I right? You're here for the visa. Let me just explain to you why it's important to you to find accounting jobs and how it's going to help you with your visa these days. It's no longer the day when you can just drive taxi, drive Uber, and you can expect to get your PR. Those days, I'm sorry, they are not here anymore. Do you guys know that? These days are very, very different, very competitive. So there are a lot of reasons why you need to get a good job, and I would prefer you to get something in your field. I mean, I would suggest that if you can. Now, some of you just say, I do this for visa purpose, but still, you still need to find something in your field, at least for now. If you really, really want to get the visa thing sorted, right? It's just the way that it is now, okay? So number 1, who here for 491?
What?
491.
Everyone?
Like who is on or
So who here wants to apply, plan to apply
who wants
for
to?
491, right?
Yeah.
So you guys are not. So what visa do you guys have at the moment?
After
500.
What's that?
Student.
Student.
Student, huh? Okay.
I believe everyone's student here. Second time? Or first
Second time. I've heard third time. I've heard some people have.
Second time is alright, no worries. I've been on the
Your
third
first
time.
time? Lucky you.
Okay. So I guess the goal here is this, am I right?
Yeah.
Now,
Can it be 190 as well?
Oh, extremely.
could be 190.
In your case.
Who here for Utah? You guys Utahs?
Utah.
So Utahs? So you study Utahs?
Yeah.
Anybody Utahs now?
No,
Right.
you just house.
Funny.
Good, eh? Funny guy, eh? Trying to be funny. Okay, now, let's talk about the 491 first, because you need to be aware of this. Recently, there has been a lot of this thing called refusals. You guys know that? You guys know that people will refuse?
Yeah.
Do you know why they will refuse?
Some actually went to the mainland while in Tasmania.
Oh, there you go.
Oh yeah, that's one reason. Yes, good.
One very good advantage for you guys. At least you guys are physically here. Thinking about all the people who are overseas.
Huh?
Commitment letter is not good enough.
Now, okay, now, do you know what is falling under commitment?
Jobs, volunteer,
What else?
Jobs and family.
Huh?
Jobs and family.
Could be, yeah, family could be, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm talking about the commitment, so could be internship, right?
Involvement in the community.
Exactly.
Mhm.
Okay, assets. So you could buy houses, buy whatever, buy assets over here. So these are the things they're looking at these days. Okay, guys, they're looking at your jobs. They're looking at if you do volunteer, are you involved in the community? Are you giving back? They do look at that.
That's very important, by the way.
Internship. Do you do internship in your field?
How is volunteering different with internship?
No, volunteer don't have to be in your field. Volunteer could be
Ah.
in non-profit
Red
organization, Red Cross, whatever. Internship here, I'm talking about something in your industry here. Okay, opening your own business. Now, okay, this is not for everyone, but I'm just saying these are some of the factors. Obviously, assets. Okay, they will look at what assets you have here. You have a car here, a house here. What do you have? Now, when it comes to jobs, not just any jobs. They're looking at job that is in your field. Okay, so in your case, most of you are accountant, am I right? So they're looking at, we have something that's hopefully something relating to accountants. Number two, they're looking at this.
Yearly.
They're looking at how much money you make these days. This one. Go ahead. You guys follow?
Yep.
This is where people fail here. One, they don't have this. Most people, they work in odd jobs. I could say odd jobs. Indeed, I have quite a few people who got refused and they come to me. Hopefully I can rescue them. I'm like, oh, why you come to me when you got refused? But anyway, that's what we're here for, right? So this guy, he worked full-time in Coles. You guys, Coles supermarket. I think supervisor position, full-time, good money. Study leadership. Who here know the leadership course, the diploma of leadership? Failed nomination 7 months ago. So he said he will have 2 months left on his visa. He's like, Leo, you're my only hope. I go to all the agency. They don't want to take on my file because I will refuse. So his problem is because of jobs, not good jobs. Okay, so that's number one. Number two is hardly people do volunteer. You guys don't do volunteer here. Who have done volunteer here? Oh, beautiful. Yeah, you done PR. You were done. You do a lot of volunteer.
I volunteer not a lot in my own community. So we've got a Sikh temple in Rochas Beach.
Nice, nice.
So
You got some record of that, right? You have the.
I don't have a physical record like this.
Yeah, if you can ask.
I can ask them.
Yeah, do have some.
You know, yeah.
Do have some record. It could be some paper record, like reference or a certificate.
So anybody can say anything. How do you prove it?
Exactly. You do need, because when we apply for the nomination, we will have we need to show that. So volunteer, big time important. Internship, very important. Okay, very, very important. Now people are like, man, internship, man, everybody can get internship. Go try it. Go try it.
Not so easy.
Very hard, isn't it? If people come to you for intern and you don't take them. We never, they don't take. It's too troublesome, man. Too much hassle. So this is not as easy as it sounds, okay? And then opening business now, not for everyone, okay? Not everybody has that entrepreneur mindset. So, but these are the things. So this is where we come in to help, okay? This is where we come in to help. We help you with this. We find you volunteer. We find you internship. Now opening business. If you have a great idea and you need some capital.
We're helping people with that, by the way.
Oh yeah,
We're helping people who are having business and trying to go for that. I think it's a 491, I think.
Oh, yeah,
I help people with that.
Can you tell
Yeah.
professional?
So I think you guys want a business. We follow up on that. And the lady at the back, you wanted to not for profit. I think I can help you with that in some ways. At least my connections in the past might help you somewhat, somewhere.
Nice. See, connection.
I did all of those, and that's how I get my connections, all my networking. Because
Wow.
obviously I've been here for nearly 10 years. The old contacts. I don't know if they're still there, but at least I help as much as I can. But for
Yeah.
the business side of things, for the 53, to be honest, I don't even earn that. Including my bonus, yes, more than that, but base level, I don't even get to that. And looking at so many other firms, so many other
And you have
companies.
been doing this for a long time, isn't it?
For 5 years, I don't even
See?
get that.
So this is
So I think that, I don't know if you Leo knows, to me, that's a government's fraud. For people.
Exactly.
They want
Exactly.
you, so basically it's this. I don't know how much you pay for the visa, for the 190. And you have to be here, and you have to pay whatever it is to, I don't know, other things included. That's quite a lot of money.
A lot, man, a lot, yeah.
Pay to the agency, pay for the visa itself, and then government wants you, why is that? Do you know why it's that figure? Nearly $54,000.
Do you guys know why?
Do you know why it's that figure?
Because they give you the benefit and the Medicare.
Sorry?
The government provides the Medicare including the 491, so they need the tax.
Oh, it's tax. He's taking use the word tax.
They want to take your tax money out of the way.
Like,
If you earn that, obviously.
how much tax you guess? How much tax will be out of this 54? Roughly.
I can't give you a bit of precise figure. I
Mr.
don't have
Accountant.
yeah. So, there's an app for it.
But you see, this is the problem here.
Yeah.
Okay, so if you don't address this problem, you got a problem here. Okay, now let's just double the problem. Then, okay, let me tell you another problem on top of that problem.
So it will be around 11,700.
Sorry,
The
11,000.
tax on
11K.
that amount, 11,700 approximately,
Oh, that's quite a bit of tax there.
Yeah.
Doesn't give me the figure.
So
without deductions. So if we do the deductions, it will be definitely more.
Lower.
No,
Which is a lot of money. Government,
Exactly.
apart from the visa fee, whatever it is you pay
Yeah.
already, they want to take your money. I think it's definitely more than money. I think
And
it's
this
2 to
amount
3 years.
it's not.
So it's for 3 years.
exactly. So we're talking about
So you pay for those tax money for nothing.
$33,000 that you're talking about. So because here's the thing, guys. From foreign, you have a PR, yeah, or you have a TR. You know the difference, right?
Yeah.
This is a TR. This is a PR, right? From here to here, you make to 54Ks times 3. So we're looking at $160,000 of money you need to generate, and you need to pay them around $33,000 per
For
person.
nothing. For nothing.
As far as I'm
for
concerned,
permanent residency.
there's about 4,000, 5,000. So we're looking, man, freaking nearly billion, is it billion? Or hundreds of millions worth of tax revenue right here.
Yes, for the government.
So, exactly, that's how they recover COVID-19, right? So, the idea is this, you guys, nobody want to talk about this, but the way we do is we will have to find you some jobs that pays you. Now, as much as you guys are very negative, I tell you, there are many jobs that pay more than this. Not typical, but there are. We just have to find it. Okay, there are a lot of industries that they pay good money. So that's where I focus on my clients, is to help them to find this sort of income. I focus on getting this, not getting this. Now, obviously, you need to start with this first, but your end goal is this, right? Who here has made 54K before in your life? Good man, I like that. Rich man, I like that. I like rich people. Okay, so obviously a lot of you have more work to do now because you haven't made this yet, isn't it? So here's the thing, this is my proposal. I have a program. It's called a job program that I've done. I'll just give you one of you each. It's a program that I've helped so many clients. You can have that. You can have that, right? That I've helped so many clients to find jobs. Money back guarantee, by the way. Money back guarantee, MBG. The program is structured in a way that I will help you to find jobs in your industry or whatever jobs you're looking for, all right? And I will be with you until you get one. And if I don't get you one, fully refund your money. I'm the only guy who do this. Do you think there's another person who do that? No. Absolutely nobody. Okay? So that's why I'm trying to tell you this, guys, is very important. You need to look at this job thing. And I would suggest you to not do it by yourself. Who here has tried to apply job by yourself before? Who here has succeeded finding jobs by yourself in your field? He has it. But is it in Hobart? I'm talking about Hobart though.
Not here.
No, bro, I'm in Hobart, man. Well, I don't care about what
That's
you
why
got
I
now.
put it down already because when you told Hobart.
So my suggestion is this. You guys have an advantage because you guys come to this event. 99% of people, they will settle for this. Okay? They'll all settle for this. Okay? Only 1% of people will be like, I have enough. I want professional stuff. I want job that pay me well. So I hope, with all my heart, I hope you guys within this 1%. Because I have seen, you have seen enough people want more than 99%. I hope. Now, this offer that you're seeing in front of you here, by next month, I don't do that. So, but at the end of this month, I will not do it anymore. It's 80% off, by the just for your information. You see that? 80. Oh, she can't give. Can you share with her, man? Separate. Share with her. Share that with her.
Sure.
She's like, what?
Yeah.
Okay, so after this month, I won't do that anymore. It's stupid of me. Few $100 and I help you to find a job. It's stupid of me, but you can call me stupid. But if you have a job, I'll be very happy. This will be my legacy, is to help you guys to find jobs. Okay, so my recommendation: you take advantage of the offer, 80% off. We will help you to find jobs in your field, and I will work in with the employers with you. Hey, Hugo, so thank you for coming in today.
Pleasure, man. Pleasure.
Appreciate you. What do you think about the event? Do you think the student will get something out of it?
Oh, it's fantastic. Students are way more than I expected. They have experience, they have a lot of things. I think they'll learn a lot from it. I think
Yes.
it's really good. They will learn from it.
What do you think is the highlight of today's event? Like, what is the number one takeaway you think the student get from the event today?
Definitely the five or six steps, how you can help them get jobs, and I think they'll learn a lot from it.
Great.
Yes,
But thank you again for coming in today.
Yes, very good.
Appreciate you.
Pleasure,
Appreciate it. Yeah. Okay, so if you want to learn how to find jobs in Tasmania, you want to learn how to find jobs, especially in accounting or any other sectors, really, join our job coaching program. And at the same time, don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel, follow us on our Facebook, LinkedIn, as well as Instagram. And I look forward to having you on the journey of achieving your regional dreams in Australia. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.